There's a small town in Wisconsin where winter hits hard. Lake winds bite through your coat, and the sound of sneakers squeaking on hardwood once meant everything. This isn't Milwaukee. This isn't Madison. Welcome to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, a city that didn't just play the game. It actually helped invent the soul of basketball. Because long before the NBA was flashing lights and billion-dollar contracts, Oshkosh was already packing gyms so tight that you could actually feel the bleachers shake. And today, tonight, right now, we're going to head back to where it all began, to the team that put this little city on the national map, the Oshkosh All-Stars. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Friday Night Lore, where I find a random city in this beautiful country of ours. And then I dive deep and I find the best sports history that we can find on this random place. And our destination randomly picked Oshkosh in Wisconsin. 1, fun to say. 2, I hadn't heard of this. 3, it is wild. You're going to love to hear all about this, and I'm not going to waste any more time. So without further ado, Friday Night Lore starts now in the year 1929. While Wall Street was crashing and the nation was plunging into the Great Depression, something was rising in Oshkosh. A basketball team born out of grit, determination, and a love for the game that couldn't be stopped. The Oshkosh All-Stars started as a barnstorming team, meaning they'd pile into cars, drive across Wisconsin, and challenge anyone with a hoop, and 5 men brave enough to play them. The early games were in small gyms and local halls. Tickets, super cheap, but the crowds, rowdy, passionate. Local factories would actually shut down early on game nights because everyone wanted to see the All-Stars. By 1937, the team had joined the brand new National Basketball League, the NBL, one of the leagues that would later merge into what maybe you now know. You might have heard of it. Yeah, the NBA. And from that moment on, Oshkosh became the beating heart of professional basketball in America. Between 1938 and 1942, the Oshkosh All-Stars did something that no one thought possible. From a town of barely 40,000 people, they made it to not 1, not 2, not 3. You're probably thinking 4. No. 5 straight NBL Championship Series. They were led by players like Charlie Shipp, Leroy Edwards, and Gene England. The All-Stars played a brand of basketball that was physical, it was fast, and it was fearless. And they weren't just good, they were tough. When other teams came to Oshkosh, they knew that they were walking into a fight. The crowd at the old recreation gym would shake the rafters, stomping on the bleachers, chanting so loud you couldn't even hear the whistle blow. And then in 1941, they finally brought home the gold, winning the NBL Championship. And then they did it again in 42. Back-to-back titles, small-town dominance. Oshkosh had become a powerhouse. But the war came calling. Many players went overseas, and by the time peace returned, the NBL was merging into the NBA. The All-Stars, they didn't have the finances or even the population to keep up with, the big city franchises. In 1949, the Oshkosh All-Stars played their last game. A dynasty gone, but their fingerprints were forever pressed into basketball's DNA. In Oshkosh, it wasn't just a basketball town, it was a sports town. Baseball, it found its roots here as well. The Oshkosh Indians, a minor league club that played from 1891 to 1914, dominated the Wisconsin-Illinois League, winning not 1, not 2, but 3 championships from 1912 to 1914. That's right. While the rest of the country was still falling in love with Babe Ruth, Oshkosh already had its own local heroes crushing fastballs and diving into dusty infields. The city, it also hosted strong semi-pro teams through the 1920s and 30s, ball players who worked factory shift at the Oshkosh Bigosh plant during the day and played under the lights. At night, blue-collar athletes, real grit. Sports, they weren't just entertainment here. They were identity. Even the All-Stars faded away. Oshkosh It never lost its competitive spirit. Today, the torch burns bright at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, home of the Titans. Their football team has become a Division III powerhouse, reaching multiple NCAA championship games in the 2010s. Their basketball program carries on the city's legacy, NCAA Division III national champions in 2019. From Titan Stadium to Culf Sports Center, the echoes of the All-Stars are still there in every buzzer beater, every homecoming win, every roar of the crowd. The city may be best known nationally for Oshkosh's begosh overalls, right? But born right there in 1895. But the real fabric of this town, it isn't denim, it's teamwork. Step outside after a game, and you're going to find yourself in a place where history hums quietly through the streets. Oshkosh sits on the western shore of Lake Winnebago, a city rebuilt from the ashes of devastating fires in 1859, 1866, and 1875. Each time, coming back stronger. This resilience, that's what made the All-Stars possible. That's what fuels every Titan, every youth team, every fan who's ever packed a bleacher seat in the dead of winter just to see their town shine. Oshkosh is proof that greatness doesn't come from size, it comes from heart. And the city's heartbeat, it's loud enough to echo through time. So the next time you drive through Oshkosh, maybe heading north to Green Bay or south of Madison, remember, you're passing through the town that built basketball before the NBA even existed. A town that played for pride, they played for passion, they played for each other. This wasn't just Friday Night Lights. This was Friday Night Lore. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know that was awesome to research. And guess what? We're going to find another random town, big or small, we'll do them all. And we're going to be back next week with another episode of Friday Night Lore. Take care, everybody.